Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of CCFR Radio on the Air. I'm your host, Rod Giltaca. Thanks for joining me again. Today on the show, we have an action-packed one. I know I never say that, but we actually do yet again. On the downside, the Liberals have rolled out their national confiscation program. We will have all the dates, all the information that you need to make your personal decision on how and if you want to participate in this program. On the upside, we are unveiling the biggest gun contest in the history of Canada. In Canadian history, I'm not even joking, and I'm not even exaggerating. So wait till you hear what we are giving away. It's pretty awesome. Also, the CCFR needs some help. So I'm going to have a call out for volunteers. I'm going to tell you what areas, what cities we need volunteers in, and what it is that we need done. So it has to do with a few shows. So anyway, hopefully we can get a couple of people to help us out there. In this episode, we're also going to announce the winner of our Kuck Wrangler contest for all those who renewed their membership or got new memberships. And the response to that contest was really great. So really appreciate that. Anyway, all that and more, CCFR Radio starts right now.
CCFR Radio on the Air is brought to you by Wild TV Plus, the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor content available anywhere, anytime, on any device. Visit wildtvplus.ca.
All right, we are back. Now, the first thing I want to get done is the draw for the Kuck Wrangler. If you remember, we ran a contest that ended just a little bit ago for anyone who bought a new membership to the CCFR or renewed their existing membership. They were automatically entered into a free draw for a Kuck Wrangler in 357-38 Special. Pretty awesome little gun. Anyway, let's get to that draw and see who the winner is. All right, we have a spreadsheet here. Let's go to this. And this spreadsheet has the names of everyone who either bought a new membership during the contest period or renewed their membership. And then we've got random.org. So it's a random number generator that takes a random number out of a number range, the lowest number and the highest number. So here's all the people. We're going to start from row number 2. I've hidden everyone's last name. I'll only reveal the winner's last name. And then, so from 2 to 12 for 12. 12 for 12. Oops. Okay, 12,412. 12,412. All right, here we go. 11,350. Who is on line 11,350? Whoa. This is a big list. Thank you to everyone who continues to support the CCFR. Really, really appreciate that. 11,350. All right. And this is Tony from Calgary. I'm going to stop sharing this. And we will tell you who Tony Smith from Calgary, Alberta. Thank you so much, Tony, for your support. And thanks to everyone who kept an active membership to the CCFR. You're the reason why we can do all the things that we do. So really appreciate that. Well, there you have it. Congratulations, Tony Smith of Calgary, Alberta, for winning the Kuck Wrangler in 357 and 38 Special. Cool little gun. Again, as I said, thank you to everybody who has either taken a new membership to the CCFR or renewed their existing one. We can't do these big projects without help, obviously. So I can't tell you how much your help means to us. I truly appreciate it. Anyway, okay, speaking of help, the CCFR does gun shows. We have booths at outdoor shows, stuff like that. And in some areas, we're a little bit short on staff, which puts a lot of pressure on the volunteers that we do have. So I'm asking if you can find some time in your life to help the CCFR, mainly just for the next month or two, and it might only be 1 or 2 days for most people. Anyway, here are the areas in the country where we really need the help. Okay, Eastern Canada, so New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia. If you're in those areas, we could really use your help for a day here or a day there. Northern British Columbia, Central British Columbia, Kootenays, Fraser Valley, Lower Mainland of British Columbia. We could really use some help there. We had a great team on Vancouver Island, but more people is better. It just makes it easier for everyone. And in Manitoba and in Saskatchewan, these are the areas where we could really use the help. So anyway, if you are interested in volunteering, working a booth, helping the CCFR, you can email volunteer@firearmrights.ca. That's volunteer@firearmrights.ca. Just put in the subject line, urgent help needed. And we've told the guys to keep an eye out for emails that say that in the subject line, urgent help needed. Anyway, if you can spare a little bit of time over the next couple months, a day or two, it would be greatly appreciated. When we come back, we're going to have Tracey Wilson here, and we'll talk about this crazy confiscation program. So stick with us. All right, we are back, and via the internet, we've got Tracey Wilson of the CCFR. Wilson!
There it is. I have to apologize. I'm coming to you once again from my office instead of my studio.
Yeah, well, you got to get that fixed, man.
I know I blew something up. I'm sorry.
All right.
We'll get that done. I just got to get together with Greg.
Cool. All right. Well, we got a lot of stuff to go through, so let's get right to it. So the biggest news and the biggest information we need to provide for you is that the Liberals, despite their failed pilot project, have decided to roll out the confiscation program, the portal, nationwide. So a couple of dates really quick, and then I'm going to get your commentary on it. The portal is open now. It opened this past Saturday, and it closes March 31st. So the government wants you to give all your information of all your firearms that are affected by March 31st. That doesn't mean that you have to turn your guns in by the 31st. That date is the amnesty, which ends on October the 30th, 2026. So this October 30th. So you don't have to do anything right now. So anyway, why don't you add your commentary, and then we'll move on.
That's right. So I'll just to reiterate the fact that you're not obligated to participate in the compensation program. What happened here was on a Saturday afternoon, they had a press conference in Montreal. They rolled out the national buyback program, but what it amounts to is basically just a registration website. So that's all that exists right now. The goal here is to acquire as much data and information from gun owners as possible. They want you to submit your lists of affected guns. They'll talk about how they collect them physically later. And then after all that's done, they'll decide if you're getting anything at all. So, of course, we had Big Gary was at the press conference, a bunch of Quebec law enforcement, the Quebec Public Safety Minister, and Canada's Secretary of State of Nature, who plays a vital role in gun control.
Yeah, yeah, it's so hilarious, and you know, I can speculate why she got that title. I think it has a lot to do with pay, because they're paid
Yeah.
almost as much as ministers, and that's a huge
Yes.
bump. But anyway, yeah, you definitely needed the
Exactly.
Secretary of Nature there to roll out this this gun confiscation program. Now, of course, there was there was talk by Big Gary and Sangri about compensation. So if you
Mhm.
remember, we've been saying for a long time, the government intends to rip you off. If you remember, in another episode, I did all the numbers for you based exactly on what public safety said to us in a technical briefing a number of months ago. And I'd been
Right.
talking to media about that too. So, you know, what is the defense from the Liberals? Don't listen to, gun lobby talking points. It's probably misinformation. Well, apparently, Gary reiterated the fact that unless you get in quick, unless you compete in the Hunger Games of gun owners, everyone racing in there for a small pool of money, you're not going to get paid probably at all. Anyway, here's his admission in the actual press conference.
The process is straightforward. You can submit your declaration through the program's online portal or by mail. I urge you to declare as early as you can, because submitting a declaration does not guarantee compensation. Declarations will be processed on a first-come, first-served basis.
Every time that guy talks, it just gets worse and worse. You'll remember we started way back in 2020 with, we're going to ban these guns. Everyone's going to get compensated, blah, blah, blah. We went from that to we're only paying for 152,000 guns. And now they're only going to pay for 136,000 guns. there could be upwards of over 2 million guns affected by this. Nobody has those, very specific numbers, but it's definitely more than what they're compensating for. So we've gone from, the fact that we're going to get ripped off is just gun lobby talking points to the minister himself saying that's it. There's a cap to this pot and it's getting smaller by the day.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's a major mess. But
Yeah.
I think if we're looking at what is the most important information that we need to bring to you right now, it's that the portal is open. It closes on the 31st of March. You got 2 months to declare if in fact you're going to do that. A lot of people aren't doing it. They're not doing it
I'm
because
not
they
doing
don't
it.
want to give the government a list that they don't currently have of what gun owners have in their inventory. And a lot of people are going to wait till the real deadline, which is on October 30th, 2026. So a lot can change. And the reason is a lot can change between now and the end of October this year, right? So if you're wondering
Yeah.
what that is, like, give us a couple of examples of what could change.
So this is why I'm not participating, because once you give your list to the government, that's it. It's over for you. However, politics moves really fast and you don't have to. You're right. A lot of things can change between now and the end of October. And don't forget that date will probably also likely get pushed back. We'll have to wait and see. But all of these dates are fluid, right? They could be pushed back. Um, but a bunch of stuff can happen. We can find ourselves in an election. We could have the Supreme Court call and say that they're going to hear us now. We could roll out our national program and it can be effective. There could be enough pressure on the minister that they cave to this. A variety of different things can happen. But the problem is, if you've already signed up and you've already done it, that's it. You are done. It's over for you. So for me, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to have a little bit of hope. Sure, I'm passing up the opportunity to maybe get in there and fight over those pennies, but I think it's worth it for me to wait. So that's my advice. Lots can change, so hold out.
Yeah, well, and everyone can make up their own minds. We're just bringing you
Mhm.
that information. Okay,
That's right.
so we're going to talk a little bit more about this when we come back. We got a clip of Big Gary saying some pretty crazy stuff, so that'll be a little bit entertaining, and then we're going to share some good news with you. So stick with us. All right, we are back now. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We got some good news in this segment, but we're going to have a little bit of fun first. So here is Gary Anandasangri, the Minister of Public Safety, the top law enforcement official of a G7 nation, showing us why he was chosen for this job.
We have expressed that we will be appointing an expert panel to review the SKS. As you're aware, SKS have a range of capabilities, with older versions with very limited capabilities, and the more modern versions having much more assault-style type capabilities. We are waiting for the expert panel to review and return with advice to us.
This guy is so precious. What exactly increases the assault style capabilities? What, like an 80-year-old Soviet era rifle? Like what, adding a plastic stock?
Yeah, pistol grip.
I cannot believe this is the minister.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. And they've convened an entire special committee for this, right? An expert
Top
panel.
secret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To gauge
top
the
secret. It's so secret nobody can know who's on it.
Yeah, well, we know who's on it. But anyway,
We do.
yeah, what a mess. Okay. Let's turn what a humiliation, right? National shame is our biggest export now.
Oh yes.
Let's turn over to something positive. So
Yeah.
the real question that people should be asking, especially if they're supporters of the CCFR, is what is Canada's gun lobby doing about this? And especially at a time right now where this confiscation program is politically vulnerable. Well,
Mhm.
here's the answer to my own question. I can't tell you right now, but so the answer is none of your business. No, I will be able to tell you in the next episode, because our national program hopefully is coming out at the end of this month. But as with all large public relations projects or campaigns, it's going to be really expensive. And the more money that we
course.
can put into it, the bigger effect it will have. So we are going to do something to raise money. We're going to launch a contest. And this contest is the largest, the biggest firearm contest in the history of the Canadian firearms community, like biggest in the country's history. Anyway,
Yeah.
check it out. The CCFR is rolling out the biggest gun contest in Canadian history. It's called the It's Raining Guns contest. Canada's gun lobby is launching an unprecedented project to hold the Liberals accountable for what they're doing to law-abiding citizens. To raise the funds for this project, the CCFR is going to give away 100 guns. Yeah, you heard that right. We're giving away 100 guns. The contest is open right now and it ends May 1st, 2026, so you don't have long. Now, here's how it works. Donate $20 to the CCFR and you'll receive one free entry into the contest. The prizes will be awarded in one long video on or about May 4th of this year. 100 names will be chosen at random and a donated firearm will be awarded. We asked Canada's business community for help and they answered the call, so you'll also find out who stepped up to help. To enter, go to ccfr.ca right now. That's ccfr.ca. Read all the contest rules carefully, donate $20, and you'll get a free entry into the contest. It's really that simple. There are 100 chances to win. The time to fight back against this wasteful, ineffective, and outrageous confiscation program is right now. In fact, it's really now or never. And you just wait to see what we're going to do. So go to ccfr.ca right now, read the contest rules, and help the CCFR let these people know that we aren't giving up anytime soon. It's raining guns, so donate before the contest ends this May 1st, 2026, and thank you for your help.
Hallelujah, it's raining guns.
It's raining guns. Okay, when you first told me about this, I thought you were nuts. I actually didn't support it. I was like, what do you mean we're going to give away 100 guns? Where are we even going to get 100 guns? Like, I don't know. But you know what? Now I actually love it because we need big money to do big things. The only limit to how big we can go with this project is ourselves, right? That's the only limit. So I love it. And it's also going to be such a, like a liberal barn burner. Like there's going to be some tears here. We're giving away 100 guns. That's fun.
Yeah, we're going to increase the firearms in private hands, firearms in circulation by 100 in one contest, which is going to be awesome. So,
it's crazy.
As we said in the video, or as I said in the video, donate $20, get a free entry. Donate $100, get 5 free entries into the contest. Donate $500, you're going to get a pile of entries. So there's no limit. You get a free entry for every $20, and all of that money is going to go towards this national campaign. So the more money that we're able to raise, the better this campaign's going to be. And enter often, enter as much as you can. And I'm very excited. You have 100 chances to win. And we're also one. I know we're running out of time, but this is important. The business community, as I said in the video, stepped up. So when I do this big, long video, I'm going to mention, this is really important, the gun store or the distributor or the retailer, whatever, whoever donated that gun, we're going to mention their name because the community really stepped forward, the retail community. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, incredible support. But yes, this is our ticket. It's kind of like a Hail Mary. Like it's now or never. When we promised we would try and do everything, and we meant it. We're going to stick to it.
We are. We're not just going to stand back and do nothing. So anyway, all right, we're out of
That's
time.
right.
Thanks for the update, and we will see you in the next one.
We'll see you then.
All right, we are back. Now, as usual, at the end of the show, I only have you for about 3 minutes and 10 seconds, but I have some important things to go over with you. Now, the first thing is I wanted to reiterate that call for volunteers. So the CCFR does a lot of shows. This year, a few more than normal, which is stretching our volunteer team a little far. So there are some areas in the country where we're looking for people to help us at shows, right? Work the booth, talk about the CCFR, talk about what's going on with guns, sell some swag, whatever, that kind of thing. So if you find yourself with a little bit of time, maybe a day or two over the next 3 months, that's really when we need the help over the next 3 months, this spring, basically, then please reach out. So where we're really in need of help is in Eastern Canada. So New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia. If you're in those areas, please let us know. I'm going to tell you how in a second, like I said in the first segment. Northern British Columbia, the Kootenay region, and in the Lower Mainland, as well as Vancouver Island. So BC, we got a pretty small team, could really use the help there. And the shows that are in the Lower Mainland, I'm going to be at those. So that'll give us a chance to have a couple of words together while you're there if you're willing to volunteer. And I don't know if that helps or hurts or helps actually, but anyway, also Manitoba and Saskatchewan. So if you're in Manitoba or in Saskatchewan, you don't mind volunteering a day here, a day there, that really would help our organization and put us in a position to do more for gun owners for you. All right. So if you want to do that, you can reach out to the CCFR at volunteer@firearmrights.ca. That's volunteer@firearmrights.ca, and just put in the subject line urgent help needed. And that way the guys, when they see that email, they know it's somebody new that's, got to throw them to the front of the line there. So anyway, thank you for that in advance. Okay. And don't forget, we got a big announcement coming in the next episode, unless something unforeseen happens. We'll tell you all about our new public relations campaign designed to hopefully pound the last nail into this whole confiscation program that the Liberals are running, and maybe get something a little bit better out of it. But to fund it, we have the biggest gun contest in Canadian history, bar none. It's not even close. And that is the It's Raining Guns contest. And just off to the side, I can't remember whether Wilson said or not, but she actually came up with the name. I came up with the contest, but Wilson came up with the name, It's Raining Guns. And it truly is. We're giving away 100 guns. You can enter at ccfr.ca. For every $20 donation, you get a free entry into the contest. So enter as often as you want. All your help is greatly appreciated. The deadline for entry into this contest is May 1st this year, May 1st, 2026. So anyway, again, if you're helping the CCFR by donating $20, $40, whatever, I really appreciate the help. We couldn't do it without you. Anyway, if you want to become a member of the CCFR or donate to the CCFR, you can do that at ccfr.ca, as I said before. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. More news coming, and we'll see you in the next one.